Hello and welcome to this Warcraft replay. Best of one here from the W3 Arena. I don't think this is the W3 Arena ladder, as we have a close spawn. Close spawn, at least on the W3 Arena Turtle Rock version, I'm pretty sure was disabled. So yeah, this is probably from a tournament, and judging from the observers, it kind of makes sense. We have both the Back to Warcraft casters and I think Foggy in there as well. So anyway, yAwS spawning in yellow human player in the top left, facing off against Sonik, red night elf in the top left as well. yAwS is going to take advantage of this close spawn immediately and go after the Moonwell with a couple of militia. Nicely responded by yAwS actually, as immediately when he saw a close spawn with his scout, he sends in a couple more militia and could maybe destroy this Moonwell. Of course, Sonik might be able to tough it out once that Moonwell gets completed. He could probably go for a repair, and is he going to repair it in time? He will, and it will force yAwS to be on back foot a little bit. yAwS expending a couple of militia already will mean that he is... this pop-up has been here for quite some time. Where was I? Sending a multiple militia means he is going to be a little screwed on lumber. Of course, 5 at goldmine, but none at lumber is going to mean he's I don't know, it might not be as fast of an expand or tech as he would like. Of course, he has enough lumber to place down the second farm. That's always important, because as you can see, yAwS is very, very close to being blocked there. But yeah, definitely not too disastrous for him. Sonik is going to be forced to spend some resources in repairing that Moonwell, but the Moonwell will indeed be repaired. Ancient Warcraft creeping from Sonik potentially. He's not going to start it just yet, as he might be a little scared of yAwS being nearby. But yAwS is of course nearby, but he's at a completely different camp. Is going to start out with the green one and get himself the +3 strength. He's going to probably finish off that turtle and maybe execute the elemental. It's always the safest bet. Demon Hunter is kind of late to the party and not get much out of it, honestly. A couple of archers already for Sonik. He's going to get himself a third. That's really delaying a lot of things here, especially the first creep camp, but seeing as the first creep camp doesn't actually give level 2, I guess it doesn't matter too much. And the Demon Hunter is going to chase after those footmen. Of course, he is faster than the footman's base move speed, but of course the attack animation is going to screw him over a little bit. So wild goose chase for Sonik. Meanwhile, yAwS just going to go to probably the back door of Sonik and maybe place down elemental, maybe go after those wisps, who knows. Hunter's Soul has been spotted, it has been completed as well. Second Ancient of War has also been spotted and could potentially get taken out here. Is this enough DPS? I do not know. Archer is going to try and deal with it, but most likely Ancient of War is going to be cancelled. Thankfully this is the second Ancient of War, so it doesn't matter too much. It's just going to hinder the Hunter's production a little bit. Archers, oh yikes, a lot of archers actually being brought over and dealing quite a bit of damage against that archmage, but the elemental is now going to harass the wisps. There we go, finally starting to attack that one wisp. Oh yikes, apparently we had a pause. Anyway, the Ogre Warrior camp will be started by yAwS, but needs to be a little careful here, as Sonik has just shown himself in front of the door of the human player. yAwS actually finished himself a blacksmith, so we are potentially going to have riflemen. There we go, first rifleman is being trained up by yAwS, and Sonik is not going to attack just yet. He's going to go maybe after these peasants. There we go. Does he have enough damage? I don't think so. He's not going to pick up anything, unfortunately. Oh, it might pick up that peasant as he changed from his militia form there, and nicely done. I'm just looking over at the preview video, and yeah, if the video seems choppy, then it might be my very old CPU just can't do its job. And if the if the frames seem dodgy, then blame YouTube. Yeah, apparently YouTube's encoding has kind of gone down a little bit, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, if the frames are choppy, then it's my computer. If the frames are low quality, then it's YouTube's fault. As simple as that. yAwS getting himself his first rifleman, and it will push away the attack from Sonik. Ancient of War camp finally going to get started here, as yeah, the second Ancient of War is going to be completed very soon. Tier 2 for Sonik, Tier 2 for yAwS. So both players are pretty much set in their game plan here. I'm very curious to see if yAwS is going to go for pure rifle, maybe just rifle casters. Pure rifle would be interesting. It does very well against night elves up until they start adding in bears in their army composition, but riflemen do very well against huntresses and dryads. But sadly they don't do well against demon hunters, so we'll have to see if that's going to be the case. It might just be the standard double casters here from yAwS. Demon hunter harassing the arcane vault, and the huntresses are going to attack the unit instead of going after the farm. I think the farm would have been maybe a little better. We could have a surround, but nope, surround is not going to happen, as the very speedy demon hunter with his boots of speed will be able to get out of that quickly. And the archmage also has boots of speed. He also has the claws of attack +6 as well as dust. Okay, a little bit of an awkward place for his arcane vault to be placed, but I guess it's just to compensate for filling in that gap, I guess. I'm very curious as to see Sonik actually finish the second Ancient of War. I mean, he already decided to go tier 2. He could have maybe saved his resources for the double Ancient of Wars there, but who am I to judge, honestly. Ogre Magi is going to drop, and the Rune of Watcher will be claimed by yAwS. Also, the Ring Protection +3 will be in the inventory of the Archmage as well. He will probably sell that and maybe pick up some other item, I guess. Ton of experience also being picked up here from the Archmage. Not too game changing so far. It definitely would have been game changing if it was given over to a second hero, but as it stands, level 3 hero, especially an Archmage, probably not that impactful. Second hero is going to be a Panda for Sonik. Pretty good answer against basically most of the human units there, aside from Spellbreakers of course, but that's generally where the bears are going to be for. And Sonik is going to get surrounded. Very uncharacteristic mistake there from Sonik. He even had boots of speed on his Demon Hunter, but that did not appear to be enough. Preservation Staff will be picked up by the Demon Hunter, could be given over to the Panda, but yeah, so far it will just be kept to the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter is probably going to get himself level 3 and probably just leave the Panda to his own whims there, as the Demon Hunter should be harassing right now and like allow the Panda to get as many levels as possible, because he is going to need it. Ancient War being under fire by yAwS. This is the first Ancient War, so there is a backup, obviously. yAwS actually going for a Mana Battery Archmage, not Archmage, Blood Mage, as it turns out. That could mean a couple of things. It could mean yAwS might go for a Blizzard, or it just means he's just gonna spam his elementals. Elemental spam, probably the most logical choice there. We'll have to wait and see. Ancient of Law number 1 gets taken out. I believe that is the only Ancient of Law, so yeah, I might be correct on the second Ancient of War claim, but oh well. Mana burn onto the Archmage, Blood Mage, sorry, but the Blood Mage is just going to drain the mana of the Demon Hunter. A Chunk of Fire combo by the Panda, and of course the Blood Mage is primarily there to just suck out all the mana of the Panda, basically rendering him completely useless. And it's working so far. The Panda is just constantly out of mana. I mean, he could maybe pick up a mana pot, but he's just gonna pop a clarity instead. Moonstone being used to try and regen those moonwells. They are completely empty. I am very surprised that they are just completely drained. And yeah, yAwS is just not letting out. Pure cast, nope, never mind, not pure rifles. It is going to be rifle casters, a lot of priests, a lot of riflemen as well. Drunken Fire combo once again, but now he is out of mana and he's just hitting it with a stick. Blood Mage being forced to TP out as the Demon Hunter is just being, you know, himself. Of course, spinning a lot of mana siphons onto the Panda leaves the Demon Hunter basically with his own devices, and that is basically just go after the squishy hero.
A player's forces are under attack.
Ogre Warrior Camp is going to be started by the Panda. He's going to get Gloves of Haste. It could be given over to the Demon Hunter or just be sold for a quick buck. But yeah, the Sonic's not really in a good position right now. His moonwells are still drained, and he is only producing out of 1 Ancient of the Law. This is definitely a very bad position for Sonic to be in. I mean, his Demon Hunter is in a pretty annoying state right now, but there's just way too many units for yAwS. Quite a bit of mana for the Panda. There we go with the Drunken Fire combo, and sadly it's just level 1 Drunken Fire. It doesn't do that much damage. He finally does get level 3, but that's basically when he's out of mana. Ancient of War is going to uproot itself to maybe try and defend, as Mana Siphon is going to go onto the Demon Hunter. Very, very quick invulnerability potion there, but there's just way too many riflemen. Sure, Drunken Fire is amazing against riflemen. It basically makes them miss quite a bit of attacks, but there's just so many. This is basically the Imperial Revolution right now, as riflemen there's just so many that the numbers make up for the amount of misses that they're doing. And once again, the mana battery from the Blood Mage will keep those water elementals popping.
A town is under siege.
So yeah, very, very tough position for Sonic to be in. I think yAwS going for the Blood Mage rather than the Mountain King. Excellent decision. Obviously the Mountain King could have maybe done the same thing, but yeah, instead of going for the kill on a hero, just make the hero useless. That's a lot of riflemen. 1-0 upgrades. We have, I guess, no indication of any Spellbreakers coming out just yet. yAwS is also doing this off of 1 Sanctum. That's because he didn't go for an expand. Adept training for priests are on the way, and it seems like Sonic's he's just forced to go for Dryads at this point, because he cannot afford to go Bears. Because if he does, that's a huge investment in resources, and then he's just boned. Drunken Haze will be put to good use, making most of these creep units basically unable to land their hits. And we are gonna have a Helmet of Valor, so yeah, no aura, sadly. Aura would have been a lot of gold, but not this time. And yAwS is now attacking, and Sonic is kind of far from home. Prisoner Staff onto the Panda. The Panda is probably gonna pop another Clarity Potion, but I don't know, man. This is kind of bad for him to be in. And the Archmage is going to cancel the Clarity, and the Ancient of the Law is going to be under fire. This is probably going to be the last fight for both players here. Sonic, with a lot of archers, they definitely do pretty decent against those riflemen. Elun's Grace definitely reducing a lot of piercing damage from them, and Drunken Haze, nice Drunken Haze. You can see all those misses happening from them, but the Panda is just waiting on his cooldowns. Thankfully, he just got out of the tether of the Mana Siphon for the Blood Mage, and the Blood Mage is now out of mana. He is going to struggle in Mana Siphoning. Oh, never mind. As soon as I say that, he just goes for another Mana Siphon. You hear a lot of Dryads being taken out. Not many Riflemen being taken out. You don't hear the very awkward awkward screams from those riflemen. There we go. A couple of them are finally falling, but yeah, it's still a tough fight for both sides. Riflemen are not really in a good position right now. They are attacking from the low ground, I believe, and they're gonna miss half their shots. So yAwS probably needs to be in a better position. I think this is high ground. I don't exactly. Yeah, this should be high ground. So I'm pretty sure the miss effect actually happens. I don't know what to call it, honestly. And nighttime will soon change over to daytime very soon, once it hits 6. And that means those moon walls are pretty much dead again. Sonik with a lot of archers. That's definitely a lot of archers. But our archers is not going to be enough against 2-0 riflemen and the help of those spellcasters. Seems like yAwS just sticking with his one sorceress there just to land that one slow against those heroes, and yep, just keeping up with those priests.
A player's forces are under attack.
I don't know. I'm very quiet right now. I actually have no idea who is in a good position, because I mean yAwS has yet to finish off this game. I'm pretty sure he can, but he just can't, so it's weird. There is a good chance that Sonik could win this. I mean, he's massed a lot of archers, but now with yAwS with 2-0 upgrades, it's going to be rather tough. Endurance Aura is now being picked up by the Archmage. He's also very close to level 5 as well. That's going to be pretty impactful, whether it's going to be level 3 Brilliance Aura or level 3 Elementals. Gonna be tough, man. The Panda is doing well in terms of levels as well. He's very close to, or he's making his way to level 5. Definitely Breath of Fire level 3 is nothing to laugh at. Sonik might be going for an expand. Okay, he's gonna start the expand right now, but he is going to receive an attack very soon. Blood Mage is as fast as you can get. Boot to speed, Django endurance. All he needs now is a Doom Horn, and he has pretty much all the movement speed that he can actually get. Okay, here we go. He is going to banish the Panda. Okay. And Blizzard from the Archmage. So I don't know. It might be a level 3 Blizzard, because we have yet to see any elementals out. So yeah, Archmage could have gone for a retrain tome. Sonic's just stalling this out as best he could. Maybe go for a second Moonstone, maybe. He has a Scroll of Healing. If he needs it, he is going to repair his Ancient Lore. There we go with a very good Blizzard. Banish, not really doing much to amplify the Blizzard's damage, but is basically forcing the Panda to get out of there. Drunken Haze into a Breath of Fire. Remember, it is still a level 2 Breath of Fire, so it's not the maximum amount of damage you can do. Blood Mage is taking quite a bit of damage there. He is going to banish both the Demon Hunter and himself. Demon Hunter has no mana to actually go for a mana burn, so yeah, nicely, appropriately timed banish there from the Blood Mage. And it seems like the archer counts are finally dropping. The heroes aren't being focus fired very well, but the units are, and Sonik might be able to... No, he's just going to give up. That is going to be game 1 of this best of 1 series. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Very meticulous game from both sides. And yeah, humans are still OP.